Hello YouTube, Millennium X17 here. Sony just ended. I'm out here about to start recording the Video Game Pulse live show. Alright, so Sony's conference is over. What I'll say is, it was okay. It wasn't great. They hit a couple of big points that really is going to give them a lot of what I could say is goodwill towards a lot of the gamers. A lot of the gamers and a lot of the mass market are really going to like what they did. However, the games they showed some of them were okay, but they weren't nothing that I'm like, makes me really want to buy a new console. Just nothing that really popped. There was no wow moment. So, I mean, I don't know. It's strange. But either which way. First of note, they started about 17, 18 something minutes late. Like, we were looking at a generic kind of logo for the conference for a good 15, like I went through like 4 different streams just to make sure the stream I was on wasn't fucking up. It wasn't. It was a little bizarre, but quick check on Twitter, and I was right to say that the Kaz Hirai said that they were updating the firmware on the PS4, which, he's hilarious. But either which way, usual montage intro from Sony mixed with dubstep. Drac Trenton comes out, starts talking a lot about Vita and PS3, and they showed a little pre-rendered trailer for Batman Arkham Origins. Couple of other games. Oh, all that are going to be on the PS3 here. I wrote it, so they were going through them so quickly I could barely even write them down fast enough. There was a Killzone game. I didn't get the the colon whatever after it. Something called Destiny of Spirits, Tearaway, God of War Collection, Final Fantasy X and X-2 are all going to be coming up on the PS3. The Vita is getting a couple of games here and there as well. Nothing really too heavily focused on, though. Specifically for... Oh, no, wait. Was that actually the Vita? That might have been the Vita games themselves. The PS3 games, they were talking about upcoming games on the PS3. The Last of Us, they did a pre-render trailer for. They technically did pre-render trailers for all of them. It was The Last of Us, The Puppeteer, Rain, which looks kind of interesting. That's coming fall 2013. Beyond Two Souls, that's coming October 8th. And Gran Turismo 6, they did not give a release date for that. Then they came back with a pre-rendered trailer to Batman Arkham Origins for the PS3. That's launching on 10/25, so October 25th. And not to mention October 25th worldwide. So, pretty interesting stuff there. They quickly shoot in a little thing about how they have a partnership with Rockstar and how there's going to be a Grand Theft Auto 5 PS3 bundle for $300. And there's also going to be a GTA 5 branded PlayStation 3 headset. And nothing else from it. I mean, it really surprised me. I seriously thought it was dropping on September 17th with Grand Theft Auto 5. And, that was wrong. They did not give a specific release date, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Andrew House comes out talking about the actual console itself. We've seen the console now. It is considerably smaller than that of the Xbox One. It is trapezoidal in shape, a trapezoid, but three-dimensional. Half of it's shiny, the other half is matte. It looks a hell of a let's put it this way. It looks a hell of a lot better than the Xbox One. I mean, the Xbox One looks... A lot of people have been bashing it about looking like a big VCR. It's kind of what it really looks like. But, honestly, how much stock do you really put in what it looks like? It's going to be put underneath your TV in a bookshelf or under a TV stand or something, and it's just going to sit there. And you're going to put discs in it every once in a while. I mean, does it really need to look like, a masterpiece, architectural, marvel? I mean, it doesn't really register too well with me, but either which way, it is what it is. Michael Linton came out from Sony Pictures. He's the Sony Pictures CEO. Talking about original content for the PlayStation Network through the PlayStation 4. Okay, they didn't stake on it too long, which is a good thing, because I knew when they got on the entertainment bandwagon, I'm like, don't sit on this too long. People were going to get irritated. And it kind of dragged during the first half of this, really dragged. I mean, it really didn't go anywhere. Andrew House came back talking about how Video Unlimited and Music Unlimited, two more services available through PlayStation 4, both available day one. There's another little thing called live events, which apparently you can watch pay-per-view events through the PlayStation 4. Last time I checked, everybody who has a cable box can get a pay-per-view event through those. So, again, providing a piece of technology that people already have. I just don't understand why these companies do this. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. Flickster has been added along the list of apps that can be played on the PlayStation brand. Shuhei Yoshida came out talking about he was talking about how the fan base is so strong and this and that. And of note, there's a Greg Miller cameo via a picture that was sent on Twitter that he put up on the huge banner there at the stage, which I just thought was hilarious. So there's that. He then dropped some good information that 20 PS4 titles will be dropping in the first year. That's pretty big. 12 of those 20 are new IPs. That's equally as big. So here we go. We're finally getting some good, games to refresh the games industry. It's past due, but either which way. Moving on. They showed a pre-rendered trailer for something called The Order 1886 from Sony Santa Monica, and I'm probably going to mispronounce the dev team, but it's Ready to One or something like that. Ready on, or like they never showed a clear picture of the spelling of the of the dev studio, but something like that. They then said that before the conference they showed new gameplay of the games that they showed back in February. They went through a highlight reel of that. It was Killzone Shadowfall, Drive Club, Infamous Second Son, and Knack was shown. Killzone, Drive Club, and Knack are launch titles. Infamous, I didn't catch when, but they said 2014. I think he said spring 2014. Saying it all so fast, I had to write, and I lost it in the mix, but either way, Quantic Dream shows up with a somewhat bizarre, I don't know if it's a tech demo, or if it's a game, or if it's a joke, or if it's serious. It's not, like I said, one of the things I wanted was clear messaging, and I don't think any one company has delivered on clear messaging today. It's just so bizarre. Okay, The Dark Sorcerer. It's pre-rendered gameplay on live tech. It immediately starts off, and remember from the February thing, the old guy's face that they rendered? Well, now they put that face on a thing, and he's a sorcerer, and he's doing this incantation in his lair. And right off the top, I can see from across the room that it's bad lip syncing. The words are not matching, his mouth movement. I pick up on that quite easily. It's very distracting. It fixed it as it went on, and then all of a sudden it kind of cut, and it kind of looked like he was half on a green screen stage, but he was still obviously a digital character. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I literally wrote WTF on the notes here. It's just, I don't understand what that was, what the point of it is. Nobody knows. The Supergiant Games came out, which those are the creators of Bastion, and debuted their new game Transistor. Looks a lot like Bastion. It really looks a lot like Bastion. It's, we'll see what happens. Pre-rendered trailer coming 2014. It's been a long day, alright. This is an interesting bit of news that's actually very good to see. Indie game developers get to self-publish their own titles straight to the PlayStation Network. That's big. That's huge. That's pretty awesome. Then they went through some of them. They had a bunch of them live on stage, and they went through them so fast that I missed about a third of the ones that they listed. And I might have written down the games names as the developer names, and vice versa, and backwards, forwards. They went through them all so quickly, I could not write fast enough. I got Clay Entertainment with Don't Starve, the first one, so I got that one. Tribute games with Mercenary Kings, something called Young Horses, Switchblade Monkeys with Secret Poncho, Red Barrels with the game called Outlast. I'm guessing Red Barrels, yeah, and then 17-bit games with a game called Galaxy, and there's a bunch more. Like, I missed them. They were going through them so quickly. But either way, they talked about Diablo 3 having exclusive content. First not first, but on PS3 and PS4. Square Enix dropped a new trailer. It looked, pre-rendered trailers. What can you say? They always look good. Especially from Square Enix. I mean, they're the masters of pre-rendered trailers. If they ever came out with a game, I might be more impressed. But you never know. This is the part where it got a little confusing, though, because the first it said Final Fantasy Versus 13. And then all of a sudden it switches to Final Fantasy 15. So, was the trailer for Versus 13 or is it 15? I don't know. They weren't clear. Again, clear messaging. That's the first thing that I wanted, and I really didn't get it. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm this tired right now, but it just... Come on. And then they dropped another trailer that's bound to make Dark God very happy. One of the things that she wanted. Kingdom Hearts 3 has been announced. Pre-rendered trailer, they said it's in development. So I would imagine it's a long ways off. I would say probably 2015 at the earliest. Both on PS4. Final Fantasy XIV then was announced to go to both PS3 and 4, which apparently that's still in development. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag did a live demo. It kept freezing. Now, I don't know if this was the stream or if it was the game. It was kind of hard to tell. I think it might have been the game itself. But it was hard to tell because the stream quality that I was watching was utter crap. But, what are you going to do? Yeah, so there's that. In between the middle of Black Flag and this next game, I had to go to the restroom. Because, see, I had to piss like a racehorse. It was fucking bad. Like, I knew I wasn't going to make the next 40-something minutes. So I'm like, this is serious. I hope I don't miss anything. So if there's anything happened between Black Flag and Watch Dogs, I completely missed it. But yeah, Watch Dogs came out with a live demo. And I mean, seriously. If there's one reason to get a next-gen console, it's, seriously, is this game. This game just keeps getting better every time I see it. It's amazing. And then they said that there's going to be a live, an extra hour of gameplay for PlayStation fans. They talked about NBA 2K14. They did this weird thing with a live action basketball star talking with his, digitally rendered basketball star. And then they kind of just moved on. It was kind of strange. The Elder Scrolls Online, coming to PS4 Spring 2014. There's going to be a beta exclusively for the PlayStation 4 from Bethesda. Next game, I really wrote down here, this next game was a pre-rendered trailer from WB Interactive and Avalanche Studios. I literally wrote down, I'm like, they didn't say the name until the very end, but I kept writing, this looks like Mad Max. That's because it is. So, interesting. No date on that whatsoever. Again, 2015, what I would guess, or either that or late 2014. Don't know anything else. It looks exactly like Mad Max because it is. So, we'll see what happens. This is the part that I really don't like. And I know a lot of people are like, really? Why, Millennium? Okay, Jack Trent came out. And then my Chrome browser decided to crash on me. Awesome! So as I hurriedly rushed it back, typed in the web address, loaded up the stream, and had to sit through a 45-second commercial just for the stream to load in. This commercial, mind you, was advertising the stream that I'm trying to watch, which is just brilliant. Yes, way to go. So whatever he said when he first came out, I completely missed it. From what I can gather from somebody that was in the live chat but had crappy internet, so he had to bail on me, the big point that I missed, what he initially talked about, is apparently you need a PlayStation Plus membership in order to play multiplayer on the PlayStation 4. Nice job, Sony. Way to screw up. I mean, seriously, that was your biggest talking point for the PlayStation brand. It was free for multiplayer, and now all of a sudden it's not. Bizarre. But they redeemed themselves immediately thereafter, and I mean, they drove this point home, beating a horse dead into the ground. He then, once I finally got the stream back and up and running, the people were cheering and yelling and hooting and hollering. PS4 supports used games. He then goes through this huge infographic about how you can buy, rent, trade, sell, or keep your game discs forever. No transfer fees, no DRM, no other nonsensory bullshit. People were going fucking nuts, and rightfully so, because I mean, this is a huge, and he kept on going, no online connectivity is required, or no online authentication is required, and if you don't want to play online and go offline, it won't break the console. If you, like, every single negative thing that's ever been said about the Xbox One, they went through every single last little bit, and totally destroyed Microsoft on that point. They completely came out and totally addressed what Microsoft needed to. They're not doing any of those things in any way, shape, or form, and that alone will get so many. That point with the next point with the next a few points down the road will get everyone so interested in the PS4. So they announced Drive Club PS Plus Edition, which is free for PS Plus members. So there's that. Destiny came out, had a live demo from Bungie. It looks like Borderlands with a slightly MMO-y type touch. Don't really know how I feel about that. It's coming 2014. Sony and Activision and Bungie are having a partnership, apparently. Gaikai Cloud Streaming Service starts in 2014. Then the knockout blow. Really, up to this point, there's nothing that leads me to want either the PS4 versus the Xbox One. But what it is then they dropped the price on everybody. Now, earlier in the day, Microsoft dropped the $500 on everybody. Sony now drops $400 US at launch, 400 euros at launch, and 349 pounds all at launch. And everybody lost their shit. Because that's huge. $100 difference, that's pretty big. They then said, holiday 2013, US and Europe. Everybody have a good night. Goodbye. So, no release date. Great on the price. Thank you, Sony. For the love of God. I don't understand. I got somebody in the chat here. Hold on a second. Hi, Vale. Yeah, the multiplayer, Vale agrees with the multiplayer for the, the PS Plus membership is now suddenly required. What the fuck is that, Sony? Really? So, pretty much day one's in the books. Press conferences are over. It's been a long day. Nobody did anything overly impressive. I don't know. Neither the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One gave a convincing argument as to why you need to buy it. The PS4 is cheaper, but honestly, the Xbox One has the better game lineups. I'll sleep on it and come back with a final thoughts video tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm off to the live VGP E3 special. Probably going to be live shortly thereafter this video is. So, until next time, you guys have yourselves a good day.